Katrina Chester, you grew up in a music family, and it shows.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
This must be really exciting to be a part of this musical, Love, Janis. Me and My Bobby McGee, it's a song that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite Janis Joplin song, and is it your favorite one to perform?
Well, yeah, those are two separate questions. I guess my favorite Joplin song is Ball and Chain, to listen to Janis do. And my favorite one to sing, God, that's really hard. There's probably around 7 of them, Bob McGee being one. I love Little Girl Blue, Woman Left Lonely. These are songs that if you're not a huge Joplin fan, you probably don't know, but they're just incredible. It really shows her R&B side.
Yeah.
Now, Janis obviously has a very distinctive singing voice.
Yeah, she does.
Did you always have this voice? Because even talking, you could tell that it sounds a little bit like Janis. Did you have to train to have your voice sound like that, or did it just come natural?
I've literally sounded like this since I was 5. And I didn't know who Janis Joplin was for a long, long time. So I had people say to me, you know, you sound a little bit like Janis. And I kept saying, you know what it is? It's just the rasp. That's really all it is. You know, it's the rasp that makes it sound a bit Janis-esque.
And with the rasp, and you sing a lot, do you lose your voice quicker than...
Well, you know, with my own stuff, when I used to be in a really hard rock band,
Luxx?
Yes.
There you go.
That's right. You did your homework.
Yeah.
When I was in Luxx, I lost my voice a couple times, but it was a much harder route because you're touring and you're in one city for hours and then you're back on a bus or a van and you're to another city again, and it's a lot harder on your person, you know. You got to just sleep a lot. But with this, I find that I also can't have much of a life either because this show really does kill you.
I wonder, when people go to see this show, Love, Janis, they know it's all Joplin music. They're probably expecting to hear a certain sound. Do you try to imitate her voice, or are you just singing the songs in your own version?
Absolutely not impersonating her at all. The reason why I was so excited to do this role, because I did it in New York. It was on Off-Broadway, and I think it ran for about a year or so prior to me doing it, and I joined it for the last year and 4 months. And the reason why I was so excited to do it was because the director and all the people involved with it didn't want an impersonator. They weren't interested in any sort of Vegas sort of, you know, Elvis act or anything like that. Which was great for me because, you know, I really wanted to give something to the role that was a part of me. And for me to pay my respects to such a legend like Janis, I mean, let's not kid anybody. Nobody's going to be Janis. There's nobody ever going to be Janis. And if you think that you are, you should probably shoot yourself in the head. As an artist, you need to be who you can be. And I go up there every night, and you're getting me. I do a couple of like Janis moves so that you feel the era, and because the show makes you want to do that, there is really no anything contrived in it. I never sat in the mirror or watched, you know, and said, "Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that." It sort of, you feel the flavor. I guarantee if you got up there and that band was behind you and it was that era and you were wearing those clothes, you'd feel it too. But you are really just getting me and my interpretation of it.
Well, like she said, if you just close your eyes, there's really not that big of a difference between your voices. I mean, you really do sound incredible and just like her. Now,
wow,
in saying that, was there any song that after you learned it, that gave you a new appreciation for her talent?
All of them.
All of them?
I got to tell you, like, I was like most people, and I knew Mercedes-Benz and Piece of My Heart and Bobby McGee, and that's shameful, really, coming from a singer. But my backgrounds came, you know, from my dad, who had, you know, enlightened me to people like Etta James and Aretha Franklin, and so I kind of grew up in that era, and then went right to the hard rock era. You know, even like the Doors and Zeppelin and Queen and stuff like that, and then, you know, to today's rock. I love today's rock and some of the metal that's out there, but I never really listened to the songs that in that light as a singer, and now there's song after song that I listen to, and I just say, oh my God, like, if this woman was still here, what would she be doing?
Right.
You know?
Let's talk a little bit about this musical, Love, Janis. We know that she had a great voice. We know her music. We know we lost her too early.
Yeah,
but
we did.
What is the show in itself about?
The show is about a side of Janis, mostly, that none of you know, which is a really super intelligent woman growing up in the 60s and the Haight-Ashbury era of the hippies and the beatniks, and it's her, while she's leaves home to go to pursue her career, she writes letters back to Laura, her sister, and Michael, her brother, and her mom and her dad, and Randall Myler, the director, got a hold of these letters from Janis' sister Laura, if I'm remembering the story correctly, and said, I wanted people to see these letters, and Randy put together this show, and everything we say in the show was said by Janis. There's nothing I've watched her say it. Like, if you've ever gotten a hold of any of the videos of Janis being interviewed, and I watch my lines. I watched Janis saying my lines.
Isn't that surreal?
It's just incredible. It's incredible because it's not like you're up there saying something some guy in his room in the bathroom in a hotel in LA made up. Right. These are the real things she said. So half of the show, I'd actually say more than half of the show, is everybody in the audience realizing that she's just like me and you. Yeah. Well, she writes to her mom, and
we should tell people that you're going to be here for a little while now. The show's running. You're here through, I think, December 10th, but the show runs
December
a little
11th.
longer. December 11th runs a little longer than this at the Hannah Theater.